Recently I showed you how to make some little matte albums on the background, and today I'm going to get ready for this matte album to have pocket pages. And I decided that I do need the gaff tape around the outer edge because I think it will make it stronger. So I am going to just apply it, starting at the back page, and I'm just going to run it around and just sort of lay it on the edge all around the album. Not sure how much I can do at a time, but I've never done this. I've done the pieces individually, and I was thinking I was just going to use the mat board, but I want this book to be strong. It's a book about the zoo, and I have a feeling the kids are going to like the animal pictures, so it might get a lot of use. So I want to make sure it's strong. I'm just sort of touching the tape, 1 inch tape, halfway in the middle. I'm going to put this, just a little case I have on my desk for ink. I'm going to put it in so it won't fall, so this little tape won't get wrinkled. Of course, then it stuck to the tape. That didn't work. Okay, let's try it again. Put it in the middle. There we go. We'll have to take the ink out so it won't get stuck. So going back to where I started, just cutting the tape off. This will be on the back, so I don't think it'll show much. Now, the main thing to be concerned about are the corners. So I'm just going to do a little pinch at the corners, and we will cut out a triangle of tape there when we get to it. So I'm going to push down the edges when I get to my corner, just cutting out a triangle. So almost like mitering, sort of a fake miter. Pushing down, getting to another corner, so I will cut out another triangle. Pushing down one side. I will push this down with a bone folder after to make sure it's nice and secure. 2 more corners on this side. Cutting a little triangle out to the corner, so it would be less overlap. I'm going to cut out both at the same time here. Tape is so sticky. Okay, fold that down. It's pretty flexible, so if I get a wrinkle, we can probably get that out okay. Before I'm just going to turn it over. Now I don't need anything to hold it. Release the corners because they did just touch down a little. And now I will cut triangles on the other side. Doesn't look like I exactly got it halfway, but remember we're going to be putting decorative paper on top of the black album. So it doesn't matter if our black tape isn't exactly the same size on both sides. Hard to get the right angle here. Now, because I'm using black matte board, I don't think it would have shown it would have looked nice without the tape, but what I'm doing, I think the tape will reinforce the strength of the edges of the album. So I probably should have done it when I made the album. So this is an afterthought. Would have been easier as a first thought. The other thing I want to show you today, I do have a few puckers, but my bone folder will get those out. The other thing I want to show you is how to attach your binding strip. The binding strip will go in the center spine, and that will allow you to put pockets on for your pages, and they'll be really strong. Okay, put this back together. And I do have a couple puckers that I'll work on, but we now have the edges all on, and the corners are mitered, and the smooth edge on a scoring tool would help get out the wrinkles. Just running it into the spine hole, the spine groove there. Okay, and then the front. See if there's any edges off. Looks pretty good. Okay, now I prepared this ahead of time, and I'll show you how to prepare that when I actually put the pocket pages on. But I have scored these marks so I can line this up. And I did put on some double-sided score tape for attachment, but I'm also going to use glue. Liquid glue. I'm using Eileen's tacky glue. Any Barely Arts glue will work. The glitter glue will work. Whatever you have on hand. But you want this to be very secure because there's going to be a lot of weight on your signatures. And this album, even though it's not really big, I think it's about 8.25 total for the album pages. I guess I could measure it. Let's see. Actually, I made it 7 3/4. Okay, so it's 7 3/4. It's going to have 6 signatures. I only put 3/8 of an inch between the spine spokes, but it's still going to be fairly heavy. So I would add some liquid glue to make sure it stays. The other reason liquid glue is good, I'm sure you've heard this before, is it gives you a little movability as you place it down, because the score tape is pretty permanent. So you want to get it positioned really well. Before you attach it. Now I'm putting it, I marked the score lines, that helps. And it's pretty straight. Score and score, good. I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm just going to burnish that a little. Now, even when I put on the tapes for my pocket pages, I sort of trained them to move back and forth. I only made 1/2-inch ones, and then I used 1/4-inch tape to be ready to receive our pockets tomorrow. But it's pretty flexible because I'm actually going to start by putting on the back page first. I'm just taking my bone folder, rubbing between the pages, making sure everything's sticking and there's no excess glue popping out. And I can see a little bit more roughness on my tape. Now, I'm going to do one more thing. We have had huge amounts of rain in Kentucky lately, and I am going to secure my binding strip here with the gaff tape, and I am going all the way around my album. This is so flexible tape, it will not show when you put your cover page on, but this will guarantee that this binder strip is going to go anywhere. With all the humidity we have, I will take any guarantee. In fact, this is the first sunny day we've had in a while, and I think the kids are going to come and do some slip and slide with me because I think the rain will be coming back. So I'm just putting it near the edge. I'm going all around my album. Black on black will not show. And it's very thin tape, very flexible fabric tape, and very thin. Okay. This is now ready for some pocket pages. And I'll make a separate video on how to do the pocket pages, but what the pocket pages do is it gives us some extra room for photos, and these blank pieces of paper here will be going inside my pockets. Every pocket, there's 6 signatures, so each of these 6 signatures will have a pocket, and these will go inside, so that gives 2 more spaces to put pictures, put photos. So tomorrow I will show you that, and this also will make sure it's very secure before I attach my pockets on. So have a great day.